Hey, thanks for checking out my video. In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the 5 boxes or 5 positions of the major pentatonic scale, and then look at a few caged chord shapes. And then we'll look at playing diagonally between and through these boxes and chord shapes. And what does it really mean? It's really not very difficult, honestly. So why don't we take a look first at these 5 boxes. This is a pretty good diagram, actually. You can see how the boxes, they all overlap with each other, at least somewhat. And all we're seeing there is all the notes of the major pentatonic all over the place. The major scale has 7 notes in it. The major pentatonic, there's just 2 that aren't there, the 4 and the 7. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then back to the 1. And so that's what we're seeing here is just 2s and 3s and 5s and 6s, and the root all over the place. A better way to look at this is like this. So here we have all the same, all those boxes, but now we can see the chords inside of those boxes. And I think this is a much better way, honestly, to look at it. Now, anyone who's memorized those boxes and is playing through them, successfully, that's pretty cool, man. And I hope that you have already noticed and seen the chord shapes inside of them. So these chord shapes are really simple, We got an E-shaped G chord, right? And then I'm going to bounce up here to this A-shaped G chord. Everybody, I'll bet you even beginners are familiar with these. These are the first kind of big bar chords you learn. Now this here, let's play the triad first. That's a G as well, and it's technically, like in the diagram, this is based off of the C-shaped G chord, but you could also think of it as just the D shape, because we play this D chord down there, this little triad. But technically, it is part of this. When we look at this diagram, in this manner, we can see how all these other little notes, well, they're just like extensions from the chord tones, the actual notes of the chord. And in all these chords, these are just major chords, so it's 1, 3, 5. Let's take a look at this diagram, this diagonal playing. I mean, we're kind of starting like G. We're going to start down here on this 1, and we're going to end up here or even up here. And so it isn't necessarily diagonal. It's more like moving horizontally. And then you kind of step up to another set of strings, and you move horizontally again. So it's sort of diagonal. All right, cool. So now we've gotten rid of all those kind of distracting notes that are all over the place in all those positions. And let's just look at the chords themselves. You've got this E shape again. We've got the C shape, with the kind of that D triad. And then we have our A shape. So we'll fill in these blanks ourselves now, right? So we're going to do, again, we said major pentatonic is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So we don't have the 4 or the 7. Although we should think about adding the 4 and the 7 occasionally for melody notes to kind of spice it up a little bit. We got the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. And we can kind of do this cool thing. Back up to a 1 again. Let's take a look at this A-shaped chord. Just like we started on the 1, here's the 1 here. And what I really like to do, and you'll see in my other lessons, I have these like launching pads or anchor points. And we can do the same thing up here. We can do the same thing, this playing diagonally. We're in a little bit of a shorter, distance here, but now you might be noticing that sometimes I sort of shift my finger, the position of my finger, in order to get to the place that I want. And I'm going to show you an example of that down here. Now here I didn't have to shift because my plan, my intent when I was playing this lick, you just bend that up and then go back down to the one and hang there. Go back down like that. But if my intent was to play that lick, then watch this. So I'll do that shift. Do that. So instead of keeping the fingers exactly like they sit there, that would be the middle finger on that one. Instead, I see that I just kind of and give my index finger there. And then if I want to go back down, I have to shift again. Now, I don't really like starting out on the one, honestly. Like landing on the one, I don't really like starting out on the one. I tend to start out with these somewhere around here. But yeah, that shifting is really important. And after a while, you just get used to it, and it becomes a habit, and just depends on where you're headed, how far you're going diagonally up. You'll know whether you're going to shift or not, and it'll become a habit, and then you won't think about it anymore. You'll just do it. So then we have the same thing here. If I just stay with what's naturally right where the fingers are, that middle finger does that same thing, similar to when we were down here. So let's do it again. So if my intent is to only go this high and then come back down, just depends on what's in my head, when I'm soloing, improvising over it. But let's say I'm planning to go up further. That shift. So the shifting is an interesting thing that's sometimes overlooked and not explained very well. In some of my previous lessons, I forgot to even point it out, and I wonder if people are, watching the video and wondering how in the hell is he doing that. I'm going to just reiterate this. So you got the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, right? So now it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. It just keeps doing the same thing, right? So it's good when you think about this chord shape and this 5, 1. It's 1, 5, 1, right? 5, 1. Put your index finger on there. And just thinking about, that's a 6, that's a 1, that's a 2. Let's play a little backing track. Pretty cool, right? I'm going to show you one more sort of we're going to go up higher. We're going to play horizontally and I guess diagonally a little bit higher. So I'll start from the 1 again. And I'm shifting so I can do this. And you notice what you're actually doing is you're in this A shape now. This is the the A-shaped G chord, right? So when we did that, that's the A-shaped G chord. So we go, okay, that's cool. So let's just change keys real quick and do a little bit more rockin' kind of a thing with the backing track. Okay, here we go. I got this song queued up, or this backing track. It's pretty kind of rocking, kind of a pop rock, I guess, kind of a thing. Um, and I did a lesson with some soloing over this and showing how we do it. Now it's mostly major pentatonic, but I do throw a couple of melody notes in there. But we can do some horizontal stuff with this as well, or I should say diagonal. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Simple chord progression in D, right? Yeah, so now we're playing in the key of D, right? And so here we're doing the A-shaped D chord right here, and I'm just working off of putting my index finger over those three notes. That's a D right there. That's one of the notes that's not in the major pentatonic. If this is a 5-1-3, this is a 4. It sounds nice and heavy. Actually, let me turn it up a little more. So same thing though. We start out on the 1, right? All dynamic. I mean, all diagonal, right? See the finger shift? Pretty cool. So there you go. We got the diagonal, playing diagonally through chord shapes, and not so much the boxes. I want to show the boxes, but I really want to show you the chord shapes. And I think when you start to see these chord shapes, like if we're back in G, you see that chord shape and that chord shape, and this chord shape, and then you can see, where all of the ones, threes, and fives are because of the chords themselves. And now 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, all pentatonic, and it's just nice and smooth. Pretty simple stuff, actually. Just put some practice time into it, man, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Thanks for watching.